Now, remember, of course, only 38% of this country's adult population is even now double vaccinated, which is why, in a sense, there is a need to take the vaccination program to another level. But all of this is taking place during the festive season. And if you travel anywhere across the country, markets are crowded and people seem to have abandoned all the rules of COVID protocols, be it not wearing masks or be it actually forgetting about social distancing. Why exactly has COVID fatigue in a way set in to the country? And what does that mean? Let's first, before we go to our doctors panel, look at the situation on the ground in Diwali season. Take a look.
India is celebrating Diwali in style. From Jaipur to Kolkata, from Chandigarh to Chennai. Markets are full as lakhs get ready for the Festival of Lights. Just a few months ago, India was battling the worst of COVID. Few hospital beds, little medical oxygen, depleting stocks of medicine. The devastating second wave is a distant memory, as citizens suffering from a lockdown fatigue flock to markets. All COVID norms have gone for a toss.
मेरा दम घुटता है, इसलिए मास्क लगाता नहीं हूँ। दोनों वैक्सीन कंप्लीट है मेरी। सर आपने भी मास्क
ये अभी एक्चुअली मैं चाय पी थी इसलिए उतार दिया था, ये लगा रहे।
चाय अभी तो नहीं पी रहे सर आप?
अभी नहीं पी रहे, अभी पी के फिनिश ही किया।
भी मास्क लगाना चाहिए सर आपको शॉप पे। यहाँ पे इतनी भीड़ हो रही है सर, यहाँ पे लोग
लगा के रखते हैं, लेकिन अब हम तो दुकान पे सेपरेट बैठते हैं ना, बाजार में थोड़ा घूम रहे हैं। दो बार तो बाजार में भी ना लगाए घूम रहे हैं।
In Kolkata's Lake Market, shopkeepers and residents are confident that the COVID threat is over.
आपने मास्क नहीं पहना है, आपको डर पर नहीं लगता?
भी ऑब्वियसली लगता है, अभी नहीं लाना भूल गए इसलिए नहीं पहना।
वैक्सीनेटेड हो?
यस।
The mood is same across the country.
भाई साहब, आपने मास्क नहीं लगाया, क्या कोरोना खत्म हो गया है?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं, बस चले आए, हमने बस भूल गए।
तो लेना आपको चाहिए था, आपने मास्क नहीं लगाया, पूरे बाजार में इतनी भीड़ है यहाँ पे।
चलिए अभी लगाते हैं आपकी।
मैडम आपका मास्क भी नहीं है?
नहीं, हम तो चलो अभी लगा लेंगे, अभी ले रहे हैं, हम लगा लेंगे, अभी लगा लेंगे।
आपका भी मास्क नहीं है?
नहीं है।
Many are confident that the vaccine will shield them.
इस वक्त जो मार्केट की स्थिति है वो बहुत अच्छी है, क्योंकि 100 करोड़ जनता के शायद वैक्सीन लग चुका है, जिस कारण ये बाजार की रौनकें बढ़ी है। और अभी भी तीसरी वेव को देखते हुए मास्क पहनना बहुत ही निहायत ज़रूरी है।
While a few think that the whole pandemic is a fake news.
भाई साहब, आपका मास्क कहाँ पे?
जी, मैं कोरोना को मानता ही नहीं हूँ।
क्यों मानते क्यों नहीं है?
क्योंकि ये एक मीडिया की रचाई हुई साजिश है।
Have you taken the vaccination? आपने लिया हुआ?
नो, आई हैव टेकन फेक वैक्सीनेशन और मैंने फेक सर्टिफिकेशन बनाया है।
अच्छा, क्यों?
आई एम फुल्ली वैक्सीनेटेड बट फेक।
नहीं, तो आपको लगता है कि जरूरत नहीं है? बिल्कुल
नहीं, एकदम नहीं।
While the scientific community is yet to declare the end of the pandemic, as we celebrate the Festival of Lights, one can safely say there is indeed light at the end of the tunnel. Bureau Report, India Today.
Interesting reactions from the Aam Aadmi on the street as to why they are not wearing masks in the crowded marketplaces of the country. It's time for the big question that need to be raised. Can India afford to unmask in festive season? Should there be stricter norms for compliance? Is a fully vaccinated adult population the key to the future? Has COVID fatigue now set in? Is the worst of COVID well and truly over? Joining me now, Dr. Hemant Thakkar, consultant physician, one of Mumbai's leading consultant physicians, joins me. I'm joined by Dr. Vivek Nangia, one of Delhi's leading pulmonologists with Max, Dr. Chandrakant Laheria, epidemiologist and vaccinologist and author. Dr. Kunal Sarkar joins me from Kolkata, its leading cardiac surgeon. So lots of bases that are going to be covered today. Dr. Thakkar, I want to start with you because you've been on my program over the last year, each time warning people, Diwali will come next year also. Please don't lower your guard. But look at what we are finding across our markets, including Mumbai. People are happily strolling around in crowded markets, many of them without masks. does it mean that has COVID fatigue in a way, in your view, set in?
So at the outset, happy Diwali to everybody. And I've been saying this for a long time, that maybe COVID fatigue has set in. But since we are in the cricket season, I can tell you that even well-set batsmen do not give up their helmets when fast bowlers are around. So just because you have lower numbers in COVID doesn't mean you unmask yourself. And if you do have to unmask, the WHO and the government will tell you, and definitely not in the festive season, because you're surrounded, you're going to be meeting in groups. So it's a matter of COVID fatigue, COVID frustration, and all this put together where we have to put people on their guard. COVID is not over. You live and have a masked Diwali this year so that you can bask in the non-COVID glory next year. This is my Diwali message.
But would your Diwali message also be accompanied, Dr. Thakkar, by telling the authorities, look, you've got to get strict as you were a few months ago? I know I was caught once by a policeman because my mask was below my nose while I was driving my car. I don't see any of that happening at the moment. Do you believe we need to get back to strict compliance, Dr. Thakkar?
I think so. While the government is loosening up the lockdown, they have to keep signaling that the strict masking and social distancing has to continue. You want the economy on track. You want to go back to your job. You want to have people getting together. You want to run malls and cinema houses. But you cannot do that with gay abandon. You must have your mask, and the government must police this. And even good Samaritans, like people on your program, must keep reminding people that mask is important. Vaccination is not an insurance to not getting any further or new attack of COVID. But the mask is a very good protection if you wear it correctly and continue to wear it till the COVID virus depletes itself and becomes endemic and we get used to it. We must keep masking.
You say we must keep masking. Let me take that to you, Dr. Laharia, because Dr. Thakkar mentioned vaccinations. Today, Covaxin has been cleared by EIU, but in India, about 38% of adult population is double vaccinated. About 78% is single vaccinated. Now, I can compare that with the UK, where people are taking out their masks, both at home and office, because the UK has 90% vaccination. Do you believe that until we reach that 80-90% critical mass of double vaccination, we will have to keep the masks on? Is vaccination, Dr. Laharia, the key?
So the key thing to remember is that as the vaccination rate is going up, people have started thinking that the vaccination is an alternative for face mask or physical distancing or other things. And I think that's a big mistake. What we need to remember that there are 4 COVID appropriate behavior: hand washing, physical distancing, face mask, and vaccination. Each of those are complementary. None is replacement for others. So we have to do each of those. As Dr. Thakkar said that we are in the festive season. So at least for a few months till beginning of next year, we cannot drop off guard on any of the COVID appropriate behavior. Each of these behavior need to be followed. I would like to go to another extent that what we need to remember that hand washing is a practice which people should follow for the long time to come, even when COVID is over, because hand washing can prevent from other diseases. But the point about 3 other interventions, COVID appropriate behavior of physical distancing, face mask, and vaccines, these are very useful and complementary to each other. I don't see that they should be stopped by anyone. They are not alternative. But in the near future, and that could be good news for people on this Diwali, that in the near future, one of the approach to remove one of these interventions would be that, for example, of these 3, face mask, physical distancing, and vaccination, if people are following other 2 strictly, for example, if they are maintaining physical distance and fully vaccinated, then the face mask might not be required. But we are not there yet. At least out of these 3 other interventions, face mask, physical distancing, vaccination, 4 months or 6 months down the lane, if people are following 2, third one might be required. But simply because people have received vaccine does not mean that they can drop off the mask or they should not maintain physical distancing. For the time being, till early next year, follow each of the behavior and get vaccinated.
So you're saying vaccination, in that sense, you're reflecting what I asked you, that vaccinations remain the key. We will need a critical mass of vaccinations, and we are nowhere close to that. Dr. Nangia, your experience in the hospital, this is winter season in Delhi. People are also suffering from chronic, some of them from chronic diseases that come with the winter, lung problems. We are also seeing again the usual spike in dengue cases. The air quality is worsening in Delhi and several parts of the country. Is this perhaps the wrong time, in fact, for anyone to lower their guard from your perspective as a pulmonologist?
Absolutely, Rajdeep. I would fully agree with you that, this is the time when people also catch cold, flu, seasonal allergies. So even to protect them from these kind of illnesses, it's important to keep themselves masked. In fact, double masking is an even better strategy because in case one mask is ill-fitting, the other mask would take care. From saying unmasking, I'm actually saying that we should be double masking ourselves even now. Why I'm saying that also is that, people who catch cold and cough, the seasonal flu, they totally forget that even this can sometimes get into complication. People who have a robust immune system, they may not develop complications, but others who have a weaker immune system, like those suffering with, HIV, those suffering with any kind of other illness like diabetes, on immunosuppressive therapies, cancer therapies, elders, they all form a very high-risk group of developing complications, even from a simple seasonal cold and cough. And so it is very important to continue masking themselves even at this time. What is also important besides masking is that isolate themselves on their first day of symptom itself. Because that is the only way they'll be able to protect the other members in the family. They themselves may be having a good immune system and may be able to overcome that mild infection, but they may spread it to others. And it's important to get themselves tested on the third day or the fourth day of their illness and of having remained isolated for those 3 to 4 days. That is the only way we can check the spread.
So you're saying, doctor, sorry to intervene. You're saying, doctor, follow the same protocols that you followed over the last 18 months. You don't believe that we've reached a stage where we can actually start, in a way, going back to quote unquote normal life, pre-COVID normal life?
No, there's no question of that yet. See, we need to understand that this is a virus which is here to stay with us. In the near future, it has entered our ecology, and I think very soon it is going to become endemic with us only. We have to mend our behavior completely and live our lifestyle according to the virus's presence around us. So masking is not going away anywhere. And what I don't understand is that nowadays, with all these fancy masks available, designer masks available, they've actually become a part of an accessory by now, I'm sure. So why not continue using it as an accessory and enjoy the benefit of making that fashion statement.
You're saying use it as a designer accessory. Okay, use it as a fashion statement, a designer accessory in a way. But Dr. Sarkar, you've been also dealing with a lot of patients who have long COVID. So I may have had COVID 6 months ago. I've now got myself double vaccinated. I feel that I'm almost back to normal. And then, lo and behold, there are certain other conditions that can trouble me. Do you believe that's also something that one must worry about as one slowly tries to relax or believes that the worst is over?
Rajdeep, most certainly, because long COVID has been one of the most dreaded. Okay, you're on mute,
Dr. Sarkar.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I think
Yes, I can.
Long COVID has definitely been one of the cursed sequelae of COVID of any description. And again, like COVID itself, it will be here with us to stay. And the main problems associated with long COVID, obviously, are the respiratory problem, the neuromuscular problems, sometimes issues to do with mental health, and we've got cardiovascular problems as well. I just want to make 2 quick points. One is regarding masking and vaccination. I think somewhere the message got a bit blurred. And the reason the message got a bit blurred is that when the vaccine story started, we were under the impression that these vaccines are going to give us 80-90% protection from infection. But with the variants and the mutants attacking us from all corners, till we come to the latest edition of Delta, it was seen for certain that we have definitely lowered the bar as far as protection from infection is concerned. I think this message has not gone down to the public. That even as you say, Covaxin has got the approval today, but Covaxin's protection from infection is only in the 60%. Covishield, 95%, 90% of India's vaccination. Protection from infection is only in the region of 60 to mid-60s. So this message needs to go out from the doctors, from the media, that the vaccines are working well. They are actually protecting us from serious disease. And contrary to what we believed till the pre-Delta era, that the vaccines will give us 80% plus protection from infection, that day is not there right now. So that is message number one. Message
but less
number
likely
two,
to be hospitalized. You see the point?
Yeah, you're less likely to be hospitalized.
The point, Dr. Sarkar, is many people believe we won't be hospitalized if we are vaccinated. So therefore, there's a sense of lowering of the guard.
Absolutely. And you see, in Bengal, in Calcutta in particular, we've beaten the rest of the country to this pandemic of carelessness because we were really behaving in a very silly manner 3 weeks ago during the Durga Puja. And in a couple of the mega gatherings in the city, we've really had lakhs and lakhs of people flocking together. So Calcutta is actually going through the scenario that rest of India and rest of North India can see a fortnight from now, where mercifully so far we've definitely had a jump up in the number of cases. Bengal refuses to test adequately, and we have really no data as to the number of hospitalizations, because the new indicator, the new matrix right now in India post-vaccination should be not just monitoring the number of RT-PCRs positive today, but the number of hospitalizations. Thankfully, in spite of us being reasonably silly about 3 weeks ago, we've still managed to keep the hospitalization burden to a fairly decent level. And the last point is that with masking remains to be a problem because our behavior is a little bit bipolar. We swing between a lockdown behavior and a non-lockdown behavior. Anything which is non-lockdown, we think that, as Dr. Thakur said, is like gay abandon. So I think that, again, is the responsibility of both the medical community and the media to say that, being careful, being sensible doesn't necessarily mean that we are in a state of paralysis or lockdown. But the vaccine data needs to be conveyed a little bit more sensibly, that getting a jab does not necessarily protect us from infection.
Since Dr. Laharia, you're looking at numbers, and Dr. Sarkar just mentioned about how numbers did spike up in Bengal post Durga Puja. We are also getting a spike in Himachal Pradesh. We are seeing a spike in certain states, parts of the northeast. We've seen the major spike continuing, or not a spike, but a continuous number of cases in Kerala, and that has been a major cause of worry. Are you seeing, therefore, potential localized outbreaks, Dr. Laharia, from the numbers that you track, that certain parts of the country are prone to localized outbreaks, and particularly the concern that people have over the AY 4.2 variant that is emerging in some parts of the country?
So what we need to remember that after any festivity, gathering, or a large crowd, any setup does result in the increase in the cases. We have seen in West Bengal, we have seen in any other parts of the world. So we can definitely see with the kind of crowd going on that there might be some increase in the number of cases after Diwali and other festival. But having said that, I personally think that the increase would not be very high. For example, there can be 2 or 3-fold increase in the number of cases from now, but the number of cases are really low, so that would not be a big issue. But I want to go a step further, that now we are in the mid of the pandemic. The apprehensions or fear or confidence that there would not be a big spike should not be the reason that people drop the guard. Or in fact, if there would be a rise in the cases, a small number, we need to keep following COVID appropriate behavior for two things. Let's talk about vaccines once again. Vaccines provide individual protection. So if you are vaccinated, you might not be hospitalized, but you can still pass on the infection to others. And we are in the pandemic and the time when we should be responsibly for ourselves and toward the society also. And that's why people need to wear masks to be socially responsible. That's the one thing. Second thing is that we might not see the number of increase in the cases, but then we really do not know that how it would unfold. So while there might be localized wave, but we don't know which locality it would be affected. We don't know which new variant might be emerging, which has not been identified. So there are many reasons that we are in the middle of the pandemic. Vaccines provide individual protection. We need to wear masks to protect others, our family members. The person to whom you can pass on the infection could be your family member, could be somebody. If everybody start thinking, then you might also be affected. The vaccine does not provide, unless you are fully vaccinated, the protection is not enough. Even if you are fully vaccinated, there is some risk. So the last request is that we are in the last phase, in the sense that this is the end of the year. Vaccination coverage is rising. Antibody seroprevalence level is high. So let's wait for some more time. Let's wait till early next year and then see. Till then, keep getting vaccinated, fully vaccinated, keep wearing masks, individual and social responsibility. That will be really good Diwali or festive season.
You know, that could be the best Diwali gift that in a way you could give by adopting socially appropriate behavior. But Dr. Thakkar, already in the West, we are seeing people going in for booster doses. In India, only 38% double dosed at the moment, 78% single dose. What happens to the booster dose? There are those who believe that, 6 months after having taken their last vaccine, should we go in for a booster dose of a kind? Are you recommending that for any of your patients at this moment?
See, there is a belief, as you rightly said, there are people believing. But since a lot of people in this country have had the Covishield vaccine, let's go through documentary evidence. Covishield is seen to protect the patient for at least 10 to 12 months if they have taken 2 doses. Remember, what you measure is only the tip of the iceberg, because there are B cells and T cells which are responsible for immunity. Now, in a country where not even 50% of the people have been vaccinated, as of now, I am not talking of boosters. I think the boosters will come into account next year, because that is when the anniversary of the first and second injections will come in. True enough that the booster may be required in times to come, because antibody levels may drop. And we are all saying that the booster that you take, or that you may need to take, should be of a different variety as compared to your primary vaccination. So you get a wholesome and a different spectrum of stimulation. But in our country, we are not talking about boosters. We still have a while to go. Since you talked about the West, I want to bring another point. See the numbers in England, see the numbers in US, and see the numbers in Israel. They are going up. Let us highlight the fact that you could be fully vaccinated, but your numbers can go up. True enough, hospitalization doesn't usually happen with vaccinated patients, but you do lose working days, economic power, and so many other things. I think we have to rule by the law. If you wear a seat belt because you're afraid, and Rajdeep, you yourself were caught with your mask on your chin, I think we have to start reminding people that wear your mask, if not for anything else, but to prevent paying the fine.
Dr. Nangia, I want to raise a practical question that many are asking, because the marketplaces are out in the open and you've got all these large numbers of people crowding at marketplaces. Actually, are people safer being outdoors than inside? Am I in a better place perhaps to be outdoors in these crowded marketplaces than I am indoors, let's say at some Diwali party? If someone is playing a Diwali Tash party tomorrow with lots of people around him, is he actually in a closed space more vulnerable than someone who's outside?
So there are two or three aspects to this, Rajiv, that you just asked me. First thing is that yes, outdoors is definitely better than indoors because there's a better ventilation and there is no, collection of air around you. The air is not still around you. But then at the same time, you need to be maintaining distance from people. It can't be crowded or overcrowded. There can't be people breathing down your neck at all times. So outdoors is definitely preferable. But again, you have to maintain that distance and probably continue wearing your mask. As far as a party indoors is concerned, again, it has to be a restricted number, restricted gathering, small crowd, where you know people have been vaccinated, where you know people are not suffering with any symptoms. People would be responsible enough to tell you if they were having symptoms and not turn up at the party at all. So, this is a lot to do with our own social responsibility now. Last year, when there was a total lockdown around this time of the year, we did not see as many patients of simple asthmas or allergies coming to us. Why? Because one, they were indoors, and two, they were wearing their masks at most of the time when they were moving out of the houses. The number of patients has actually gone down as compared to what we've been seeing in the last month or two. The numbers are only rising again. They may be just coming with simple allergy, but when you get their COVID test done, COVID is turning out to be negative. But the allergies have started to come back again.
Very interesting. Let me therefore ask you, Dr. Sarkar, in conclusion, what will you tell people who are out there saying, look, Diwali is for us to celebrate. Please don't be a party pooper. We want to celebrate. We've had enough of this COVID. We wanted to celebrate Durga Puja. We want to celebrate Diwali. We'll celebrate Christmas. We'll celebrate Eid. This is India. What will you tell them in the end?
Yeah, absolutely. We will, Rajdeep, not just celebrate this Diwali or the last Durga Puja. We want to celebrate Diwali and Durga Puja for a few more years to come. Two words of caution over here, Rajdeep, that why indoor gatherings are particularly lethal is for two reasons. One is that at indoor, especially when you are cluttered in an indoor gathering, you have a far higher propensity to have this aerosolization spread. And masks are absolutely useless as far as protection from aerosol is concerned. Masks are mainly protecting us from droplet infection. And the second thing is we get a very false sense of security once we are in parties, etc., in a kind of motley gathering. We tend to think that people do not infect you. Whether the chap sitting across to me is my friend or enemy is immaterial to the fact that whether I will get the infection or not. And there was a report in CDC long time back that you are far more likely to get an infection from somebody you know than from somebody you do not know. So please avoid cluttered gathering indoors. Yes, Rajdeep, please carry on.
Let me leave it there. I think your message is strong. I think the message that all of you have sent strong. It is time to remain socially responsible. Enjoy Diwali, but do it with a sense of social responsibility, recognizing that the battle against COVID is not yet over. Thank you all. Always wonderful to have articulate doctors joining me to share their wisdom. Thank you all very much for joining us on the news today.